Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 24th, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, I love that. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, interesting. So, what I love is that we start off with our soul's wish being heard. And actually, we're starting to listen to ourselves and our soul and what we want. Now, we do have a tendency with this moon. This moon is the snow full moon, which I think is a beautiful name. It is the smallest moon of 2024, which is quite interesting and intense, and it is in Virgo. So everybody's having this difficulty where we're getting bogged down by things that we haven't done or things that we could have done better. And we're not turning around and seeing the healing, beautiful love. Now, some of us we might be like, nope, Dane, I'm really good at being on the positive side. Then just know that everybody around us might not be as blessed to be able to see the brighter side of things. And that can also weigh heavily on us. So just being aware of this during this time is going to be super important. Now, if we have Aquarius energy in our chart, that comes through very powerfully, very beautifully for us. With air sign energy, though, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also, we can also find that it's a little bit more, if this is in our chart, it's a little bit more pushing us to just go and do something, right? Doing something is better than standing still. And also, we can have really intense thoughts about the way that we're supposed to be moving forward, what we're supposed to be doing, and have no trouble whatsoever berating ourselves, almost like a drill sergeant would berate somebody, to tell ourselves that we're just not good enough. So just be very, very mindful about that. Again, it is a theme of this full moon. So just being aware of this is going to be very important. We're hardworking, we're dedicated, we're disciplined. The hangman is, we're questioning our difference, we're questioning what's making us different. And that's important to know, because we're thinking, maybe I should be like something else or somebody else, or, I should do it this way, not that way. And Spirit's like, no, no, you shouldn't. But we can question the way that we see things as long as we start to fully see ourselves. Then we have Scorpio energy reverse. So if we have Scorpio in our chart, Scorpio in our lives, it just comes out very intense and very secretive and a little bit vengeful, like vengeance is mine type of thing. So just be aware of that. And it's a long vengeance. It's like, I will wait 30 years to get my revenge type of thing. So just be aware of that. We can already be planning it in our heads. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is white light. This is a healing time. And what's so interesting about this moon is that it's very much a healing time, but we're having difficulty accepting and embracing the healing. So being aware of that is just, it's going to be very important for us to understand that this healing energy is coming in, and we kind of have to slow down and accept it. Slow down and connect with it. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is inspiration. This is our sacral chakra. And we can feel that we're a little bit stuck inspired wise. So being mindful about this and being aware of this is going to be very important. Our sacral chakra is where our sensual energy is held. It's where our creative energy is held. And seeing that there's a bit of, oh, excuse me, I'm going to cough. I just need a sip of water. And seeing that there is a bit of a block there, it's going to be important for us to step back and say, okay, where do I need to be inspired? What am I looking for? How has life muddied the waters? And just kind of let our own energy kind of visualize yourself sitting, right? Or you can be sitting and visualize this circular energy around you, moving and moving and moving and moving and moving. And it's just calling to it, almost like a siren calling in the waters, right? to all the energy in us that we do not need anymore. And it started off this beautiful yellow, like star golden color. And as all the energy that doesn't need to be in us is pulled into that kind of vortex, just see it go out into the universe. And we can do this as many times as we want. And we can see that color of that light that's healing us, that's around us, changing. It can change to whatever color you don't like. It can change to a murkiness. It can change to, a muddied, mud color. So yeah, muddied mud. I like that. So yeah, just embracing a release so that we can get our inspiration back, so that we can sit there in our energy and be like, oh, I see me. Oh, I see me. I hear me. I understand me. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have the Two of Pentacles. Be mindful of taking on too much, balancing too much, doing too much, and then just being like, you know what? No, I can't. I can't. So you might sit there and say to yourself, I'm being really lazy. And that's not true. You're not being really lazy. It's just that you took on too much and then you burnt out. So just be aware of that during this time. And again, that's another tendency that everybody has during this full moon. We all tend to want to take on like the whole entire world, and then we're annoyed at ourselves when we can't do absolutely everything. Pick what you want to do. Pick what's important to you and focus on that. It moves us to the star. This is a time where our soul's wish is being heard, where we're seeing ourselves fly, move forward, go after, really embrace what we want, what we love, where we need to be for ourselves. And we're turning away, or we need to turn away from energy that is just keeping us stuck. And during this time, we are turning away from it, but it almost pulls us back. It's like, yeah, but don't you remember how you messed up? And don't you remember this? And don't you remember that? And it's like, okay, yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't need that. Instead of turning towards the healing, beautiful love. If we can make healing our mantra, if we can embrace healing within ourselves, that's going to be important, because what's done is done. Once upon a time already happened. It was already written in the story. Now it's time to move forward towards the healing. And it brings us to the Eight of Pentacles. We are so hardworking. We are so diligent and dedicated and determined to, to accumulate money, or what we love as much as money, or what we, value as much as money during this time. It's just an important thing to see that we really are working towards our goals. We're very detail oriented. We can get a little bit too caught up in the details, so do be mindful about that. But I mean, really, we're heading in the right direction. We have this brilliant work ethic, this brilliant determination. We can be a little bit too much because, okay, also Libra, I mean, we are air energy, right? So that's funny that I didn't even notice when Spirit was saying, well, this is you getting in your own way. And that's not a rude thing. That is just saying we can be so focused on going after what we want, what we need, what we desire, that faster is better, right? And we live in a world where faster is better. Instant next day Amazon delivery. And so if we have to wait for a package, we're like, what the heck is going on? This is so weird. It's like, no, that's normal. The speed of everything else, that's weird. Slowing it down, we are the fastest moving night. We are. Air sign energy has the fastest moving night. We want to go faster. If a horse runs too fast, it can trip and it can fall. Just as if we run too fast, we can trip and we can fall. So be mindful about this. Be mindful about pushing yourself to your limits and thinking, oh, I'm just keeping up with everybody else. No. No, there's a reason why our world is stressed out and why everybody's temper is on a, hairstring. So this is going to be a time where we need to embrace our voice, really listen to ourselves. What do I need? What do I want? What's important to me? And then charge forward and then go after. Because we're questioning everything that we see and a lot of what we want. We're saying, but what about this? And what about that? And what if I tweak this? And what if I tweak that? And it's like, what if you just stepped into you? What if you fully step into you? You find yourself in a new place, a new way of seeing things, a new understanding. What if you step into you and say, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I need. And instead of the world, pulling us in one way or another, we say, this is me. And it brings us then to a transformation that we're not always into. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Scorpio, okay, or we have Scorpio in our chart, we can be hiding things from ourselves and we're not even realizing it, because it kind of becomes a negative Scorpio is very, very secretive. This is going to be a time where we look at our secrets. We look at the things that we've held back from ourselves and say, why? Why did this get to have such a say? Why did this keep me stuck? Where is it that I need to be for me? This is also a time where we need to tell ourselves the truth of what we want, of where we want to be, of how we want to open up the doors. And it kind of be like, people might get it, people might not get it, but that's okay. This is how I need to move forward for me. So just be mindful. We will have a tendency to be like, oh no, I can handle that. Like, oh no, I can handle that. And really put very big secrets on our shoulders that don't need to be secrets. Okay, let's look at what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. And spirit guides, show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so yeah, it's an intense moon. So our bonus card here is a win-win outcome, is forecast, and that's reversed because we don't think it is. And this is us. This is us as the full moon. This is the full moon. Here, I'll hold it upright. The full moon in Libra. So a win-win outcome is forecast, but we're doubting that. We're doubting that we can move forward in harmony and in brilliance of self. There's a sense of beauty coming in here. And we need to look at the beautiful. We need to surround ourselves with beautiful things and then take aim. Luck is on our side. You and your loved ones are safe. Know that. Know that what we're kind of like obsessing over, which everybody is obsessing over something during this time, you're safe, you're good. Be discerning about the energy that you let in. Be discerning about the things that you listen to. Okay, this is going to be a time, Libra, be picky. Be super picky. Okay? Now, you and your loved ones are safe doesn't mean that nothing bad will ever happen. Okay? I want to make that clear. It is saying that the energy around you is harmonizing. So step out of thinking, oh, well, once upon a time, I should have done this differently or that differently, and embrace healing. Embrace healing, embrace love. Emotions are running high. They are. We don't want them to be. So it's reversed. It's like we're trying to ignore all the emotions that are running high, but we need to surrender to this moon. And a lot of people need to surrender to this moon and be like, okay, kind of like that case, Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. But it's embracing that life changes like the face of a moon. And we are embracing and seeing and gaining an understanding of the changes of us. And so we surrender. We surrender to the fact that we'll never wake up showing the same face to the world. We'll always be just a little bit different each and every day. We can follow, the cycle of the moon and say, oh, well, it's like this. And that can be true for us. Like we can follow, the temperament of our body and everything like that. But, and I know I'll react this way when I have to do this or that way when I have to do that. But there's also a sense of almost like freedom that comes with, I don't always have to be just like this. I don't always have to be held this way, it done just like that, held to this standard type of thing. And we're going to see that within our work, where as we surrender, we're going to find that we surrender to the ever-growing changes and an understanding of ourselves. And it says prosperity lies ahead. It does. But a whole bunch of changes coming in. And we want that change to move so fast that we need to kind of like step back and slow things down and connect with us. So prosperity lies ahead. It absolutely does. It's going to change a lot of what we're seeing right now. But the change comes first, and then we step into the prosperity. But we're going to want to speed things up too much. Slow it down. Work through your fears. We're not really into that. We don't want to. We're seeing everything so differently, and we're looking at our fears, but we're like, no, I don't want to work through them. But it's going to be important. The purity of our intention, the purity of ourself, the sense of What am I coming to with crystalline water, with water that is clear and clean and fresh and beautiful? That's how I'm seeing the purity, right? It's like the newly falling snow that is so beautiful, that is so crisp, that is so untouched, unblemished. How do we move our souls in that direction? To not be worried with the chaos and the nonsense of everything else, but to say, this is what leads me forward. So, yeah, working through our fears is going to be very important. And it brings us then to meditate and contemplate. That's going to be important for us. It's going to help us with our resilience to all of life and to everything and to the secrets and the doubts and the fears. Meditate, calm things down, take time to just be quiet. Not with something in our ears. I know I have a hard time with that too, where it's like, oh, but I could be listening to something. I could be learning something. I could be, or I could be doing something. But if we just sit quiet and meditate, that's going to be a very beautiful thing. And we're going to find how to plant our life tree, how to plant what we desire in our world and bring it forward. Our subconscious spirit message is energy. There's so much energy from this moon coming forward that it can almost kind of like knock us off our path a little bit because it's just so intense. Personal power, which is the solar plexus chakra. And this is going to be a time where, with personal power being reversed, where we have difficulty listening to our gut and embracing our own power and our own self. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. In the Eight of Pentacles, since we're so good at working, we can just throw ourselves into our work and have that be everything. So do be mindful about that. We do need a balance. Our subconscious tarot message is the Empress, nurturing, growing, bringing our ideas into the world and not being afraid to let them come forward. That's going to be important too. Also, fully embracing healing. Our subconscious Luna message is peace, and nothing will come of the situation. If we embrace peace, then with our fears and all that, nothing will come of the situation. Now, that doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect, but we're not going to have those intrusive, obsessive thoughts come forward. Now, if we need to see somebody because those thoughts have gotten really intense, do so. There's no problem whatsoever with getting help. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing will come of this is the void, of course. It happens multiple times in a lunar cycle where the things that you think are going to happen, they don't. So it's kind of like, don't make plans because they'll all go pear-shaped. This is going to be a time where that's reversed, where I do see things not going as planned, but we do get results from things, even though they do go a bit haywire. Embracing our peace and slowing ourselves down is going to be a very important and very beautiful thing. Okay. All right, Libra, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this full moon and of ourselves. And note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.